given the immense scale of suffering in Gaza, there must be an immediate ceasefire.
Fox News alert, that was Vice President Kamala Harris taking a very clear stance on Israel's war over the weekend, calling for an immediate ceasefire, as the country is reportedly boycotting Gaza ceasefire talks in Cairo. Trey Yingst is live in Tel Aviv with the latest. Trey?
Yeah, hey, Steve, good morning. You might remember last week President Biden eating ice cream, saying that he hoped for a ceasefire by Monday. Well, it's Monday and there's no ceasefire. However, we do understand that there is a delegation of Hamas representatives in Cairo. They arrived yesterday to continue those conversations. The Israeli team did not send their delegation. Now, before the meetings took place, thousands marched here in Israel, calling for their loved ones and fellow citizens to be released. There are reportedly disagreements over what information Hamas is willing to provide. The Israelis are looking for a list of all hostages that are still alive. Egyptian state media said today that significant progress has been made toward a ceasefire that would include a 6-week pause in fighting and the release of some hostages. Israel will have to release Palestinian prisoners as part of any agreement. The conversations are taking place as the holy month of Ramadan is set to begin this weekend. The holiday has traditionally led to increased tension and escalation across the region. 150 days into the conflict between Israel and Hamas, pressure is mounting to get a deal in place. Israel is expected to enter Gaza's southernmost city of Rafah if these negotiations fall apart. Over the weekend, the United States conducted airdrops of aid into Gaza, delivering 38,000 meals to Palestinians in need. Similar airdrops are expected to continue. There are a lot of moving parts in these conversations that are taking place in Cairo, namely concern that if they do not succeed, a broader war could erupt in the region. Remember, the Lebanese militant group Hezbollah is still involved in the fight. They killed at least one civilian along Israel's northern border earlier today. Steve?
All right, Trey Yingst live in Tel Aviv with the very latest, setting up exactly what's going on over there. I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.
It's great to be here.
This morning, Nikkihaley is celebrating her first victory of the 2024 campaign, winning the Republican primary in Washington, D.C., making her the first woman to ever win a Republican presidential primary.
This is the time for us to be loud and let everybody know that America is better than what we see right now.
Washington is one of the most heavily Democratic jurisdictions in the country, with only about 23,000 registered Republicans. Shortly after Haley's win, former President Trump responded, dubbing Haley the Queen of the Swamp. Trump is likely to pick up several hundred delegates on Super Tuesday tomorrow when voters in 15 states head to the polls. The former president barely mentioned Haley this weekend on the campaign trail.
She was going around every show, Donald Trump, this and that. That wasn't working too well.
Trump already focusing on the general election, and a new poll is encouraging. 40% of registered voters say Trump's policies during his first term helped them personally, while only 18% say the same about Biden's policies. And when it comes to age, 61% of people who voted for Biden in 2020 now say he's too old to be an effective president, while only 15% of Trump's 2020 supporters say the same about him. The Biden-Harris campaign pushing back, saying polling continues to be at odds with how Americans vote and consistently overestimates Donald Trump while underestimating President Biden. Trump and Biden have both faced questions about their age and mental acuity. In recent days, Biden mixed up Ukraine and Gaza.
In the coming days, we're going to join with our friends in Jordan and others in providing airdrops of additional food and supplies into Ukraine.
And over the weekend, Trump again appeared to mix up Biden and former President Obama.
Putin, has so little respect for Obama that he's starting to throw around the nuclear word.
Meanwhile, the Supreme Court could rule today on whether Colorado can kick Trump off the primary ballot for his alleged role in the January 6th riot at the Capitol. The justices are widely expected to rule in Trump's favor.
Turning to a dangerous situation in Haiti, where the government has declared a state of emergency after an explosion of violence, including 2 major prison breaks. Armed gunmen attacked the country's biggest prison over the weekend, allowing some of Haiti's most notorious gang leaders to escape. Vlad Duterte has reported for years on the conditions inside Haiti, and he has the story.
Haiti is spiraling.
A wave of violence reaching a boiling point after a jailbreak in the country's biggest prison on Saturday. Prison authorities say the attack, carried out by armed gangs, led to the escape of a large number of the 4,000 prisoners held there. On Sunday, journalists roamed the normally overcrowded facility where its cells were eerily empty, with no guards in sight, the injured and the dead laying nearby. At least 5 people were killed at the prison, where now fewer than 100 inmates remain. A second prison that holds another 1,400 inmates was also stormed. Saturday's siege came as a shock even to Haitians accustomed to living under the constant threat of violence, and is yet another example of how criminal gangs have gained more control of the country since the assassination of former President Jovenel Moïse in 2021. Jacqueline Charles is an award-winning Caribbean correspondent for the Miami Herald.
Because what you've seen in the last couple of days is all the gangs practically have risen up.
Since Thursday, gangs have targeted police stations and fired shots near the international airport, even forcing American Airlines to suspend flights yesterday and today.
The people inside Port-au-Prince, I mean, honestly, they're trapped, and the concerns of the rapidly deteriorating situation is that we're seeing this perfect storm and not knowing where it's going to lead the Haitian people.
So this is a horrific situation all around, and it's easy for folks to look at what's happening in Haiti through natural disasters, dictatorships, corruption, a presidential assassination, and now this, and say, you know, Haiti's a basket case, and it always has been, but it's remarkable to think that a country that was the first independent black republic in the world has come to this place, but there's a history behind that and why that has happened. And there's been reporting that has come out since then to explain those reasons why.
There is a history. We hope there's a brighter future as well. Vlad, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Now, let's turn our attention to France. It's become the first country in the world to enshrine the right to abortion in its constitution. A special joint sitting of both houses of the French Parliament voted for the amendment. Polls show around 85% of the public supported the reform. Well, let's speak now to Stéphanie Hennet-Vachès, who is a law professor at Paris-Nanterre University. Stéphanie, so good to talk to you. Talk to me a little bit about what this means now for France going forward.
Well, I think it's a very important step, first of all, because it was really passed this evening by a very important margin of 780 votes in the special joint session. And what it means is really that the French members of parliament wanted to react, of course, to the Dobbs decision, which was delivered by the Supreme Court of the United States in June of 2022. And there was a huge shockwave throughout the world after that decision. And the idea in France was really to say that we really wanted to prevent any kind of change in the political atmosphere around abortion rights. And we really wanted to secure the equilibrium that is the result of 50 years of legislation in France and sort of lock it into the Constitution.
Tell me a little bit about the kind of attitude in France towards this, because 85% support is very high, isn't it? Considering there is an element of, right-wing politics in France. There's, of course, the Catholic Church.
Yeah, of course. Well, in fact, the extreme right party, the Rassemblement National of Marine Le Pen, really counts among is really the one party whose members didn't really support the amendment. But it's true that there is a very broad consensus, and this has been really the result of 50 years of progressive incremental legislative changes. And it's also important to note that, unlike in other countries and most remarkably in the United States, abortion issues have not really been framed in terms of conflicts of individual rights in France, but they've really been incorporated as a service of public health. It's really a public health paradigm that has probably secured the situation where we're at, which is one that is much less polarized than in many other countries.
OK, Stéphanie, thank you very much indeed for joining us here on The World Today.
Welcome.
Parts of California are buried by a blizzard that dumped more than, listen to this, 7 feet of snow in the Sierra Nevada this weekend. The system brought hurricane-force winds knocking down power lines and leaving thousands without power. As that system exits, a larger portion of Northern California is bracing for even more dangerous winter weather, including heavy snow today. CBS News correspondent Carter Evans is in Truckee, California, near Lake Tahoe, where he has been witnessing just relentless snow. Carter, great to see you. Great to see you unburied from the snow. The blizzard hit hard in Truckee, where you were over the weekend. How are things looking there? How bummed are those ski bums who can't go skiing over the weekend?
Well, first of all, they're ready to ski today. I mean, for sure. Everybody's waxing up their skis, loading up the cars. They are ready to go. As far as how things look around here now, I mean, check this out. We got 4 feet of snow here, and there was some wind blowing it all around, so we got drifts higher than I am. We got piles of snow, 25 feet, where they've been doing snow removal. They were doing snow removal throughout the storm. I was quite impressed. They did not stop at all. Everybody kept going the whole time. The restaurants stayed open. Most of the businesses stayed open through this blizzard. It was interesting to watch. It was amazing, really, to watch how they handled this and kept the roads open.
Well, that's really great to hear that at least businesses were open. It's an area that attracts so much tourism, especially for snow sports. So what are small business owners saying about the impact on the local economy? Is it surprisingly better?
Yeah, you look out here and see white, they see green. They know that this is going to be really good for business. This much snow could actually extend the season. So it's kind of been a weak season for them so far, not real good snow. And they know that it is going to be a mad dash now to get up the mountain to take advantage of all this fresh powder over the next few days into the next week. And it's going to be a big boon for businesses here. This area sees about 15 million people every year. They spend collectively about $5 billion. So it's no joke.
I can tell you the lines are long. There was a lot of powder in Jackson Hole where I was last week, and all of that, the lines were so long because people kept wanting to ski in that powder that I ate much of. But real quick, before we let you go, Carter,
yes, you
are very tall. You're, I'm sure, over 6 feet tall. Can you show us just how tall the snow is around you, if you don't mind?
Yes, we'll do a little bit of an ugly pan here past the light, but I want to walk over to this pile of snow. You know, this is not a natural pile. I would say it's probably 20 feet tall. There we go. Got the light out of the way. This is where they've been shoveling the snow off the road onto. And if we pan a little further over, even over here, you get a better idea of what the natural snowfall is like. You see those poles with the blue on the tip right there, they're probably up about 5 feet right there.
Those
so
windows
that
buried.
really gives you an idea. Yeah, and I know you went skiing this weekend too, and I urge people to check out your Instagram, because if you want a good laugh, that was really impressive. Your skills.
Oh, man, I promise you I'm better than that, but it's funnier to see me fall. Carter Evans, thank you for that promo.